this is just from the examples yesterday. Did we do,
We did number 1.
we went through the examples, right? So just a little reminder, when we have inequalities, we have and or, and your graph comes together. Where are you? Hello, right there. Comes together in the middle. Or they point outward. Yeah, good. So I really don't want to go back over this unless somebody sees something that's a little hinky. Hinky, what an awful word.
Sorry, I like kinky.
Hinky. How old is Sokol? Jeez Louise.
I heard Bryce pretty kinky.
All right, so let's go to this one. This was our homework, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't this one of our homework problems?
I think that was classwork.
No, that was a test.
Most likely we were able to do it in class. So let's just go ahead and jump there. If I write it out, right, 22 is less than 6W, woo, horrible W, minus 2 is less than 82. Good? What do we do?
Minus 2. to both
So let's
sides.
go ahead and add 2 to both sides.
Okay, yeah,
We're going
plus
to undo it.
2.
Yeah, I knew what you meant. You're as human as everybody else in the room.
Oh boy.
There we are. So we have, what, 24 is less than 6W, which is less than 84. Cool?
Mhm.
Yeah? So we divide by
6.
all the way around. All the way around.
And the symbol stays the same.
Yeah, we haven't divided by a negative, right?
Mm.
Cool, so we can leave these bad boys alone. And we definitely have an and because they're facing in the same direction. And W, and good, 14?
Mhm.
We got 14?
Yeah.
All right. Open or close circles?
Open.
Open. Sorry. Open. Open. Connect the dots. Sorry, it's not a pretty line. Good? Simple? Gosh, this was easy stuff, wasn't it?
So easy.
Yeah? Great. Love it. What's next?
Oh no.
Or, this was also on our homework, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we did each piece, right?
So that was,
Each piece individually?
that was a trick question, sir.
Was it a trick question?
Yeah.
Why is it a trick question? Why is it a trick question?
Well, it's not a trick question, it's just, it's different than the other equations.
Why is it different?
Because the lines overlap each other.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay, let's find out.
One is D is greater than
4D
One is D.
minus 1 is greater than negative 9. Right? So we add 1. Add 1. So negative 8 is less than 4D. Divide by 4. Braze board. Just kidding. Everything greater than negative 2. Okay.
And then
That's what you mean.
yeah, that's what I got.
Or what do we got?
2D plus 5 is less than 11.
2D plus 5 is less than 11. Okay. So subtract 5, subtract 5. Woohoo! 6 is greater than D. And then divide by 2. D is less than 6.
E3.
3. Ah! Thank you. My humanity is shown. So if I want to write this as one solid inequality, right? I could say that negative 2 is less than D, which is less than 3. And it said or up here, right? And
Yes.
this is what
So they connect, right?
Wait, so why'd you change the?
this is what my buddy Sutherland just said.
Why did you
It's a
change
trick.
the equality?
Why did I change the inequality? Did I change the inequality?
Yeah, you flipped it.
I flipped it, I did, because, see right here? Negative 2 is less than D, or D is greater than negative 2. Aren't they the same? This is the same thing as this. I just changed the order, and when I change the order, I have to flip the inequality symbol. So the arrow is going to point to the negative 2.
So you could say that's
See what I mean?
all real numbers.
So when you divide by negative.
No, I didn't divide by a negative, right? This was the answer, right?
Yeah.
That's what we came up with.
Mhm.
But I could also say D is greater than negative 2. I can also say negative 2 is less than D.
So it doesn't matter because there's the same thing given by.
Right, as long as the arrow is pointing at negative 2, right? The pointing end is pointing at negative 2,
Mhm.
and the open end is at D, they're exactly the same. Go ahead.
So technically it's just all real numbers.
No. Not at all. This is what? Let me grab a color so I can do it, right? On the number line itself. So we have an open circle at negative 2, and we have an open circle at 3. But they tricked us. They said it was an or situation, right? But I'm shading down from negative 3 and shading down from 3 and up from negative 2. So this is actually an and. But it says or.
How does that make any sense?
They tried to trick us. These evil textbook editors threw something in there that after Sokol just said, and your fingers point together, or your fingers point in opposite directions. I just told you when I showed you the first examples, and an or. And they just gave us something that was improper. Because they wanted to trick us. I mean, the truth of the matter is, you are correct, Mr. Sutherland. Because if you want to satisfy both, these arrows are going to continue on forever in both directions.
So it would be all real numbers.
But let's take a number here, right? Let's just take a number, right? Let's take 0. It says or, but I'm going to tell you right now that 0 satisfies both,
So does 1, 3.
right? All of these satisfy both.
So what you wouldn't change.
So from out here and out here, we only satisfy 1. Up here, past 3, right? We're satisfying this guy over here. Past negative 2, we're only satisfying this guy here. I will never give you a subjective problem like this. because it's not fair. Either that, or if I give you a problem like this and you shade the middle, because it satisfies both, even though it says or, I would still give you credit. I don't like this problem because it's subjective.
So would this ever be on a test?
If I mistakenly put this on a test, you would still get credit.
Sure, but you would never change it to a and, because then make it incorrect, wouldn't it? Or it would change it to a different equation, right?
It would be different. This is the backside. This is the absolute value, right? Look at that. Use the definition of absolute value to rewrite an absolute value inequality as a compound inequality. Woof! For all real numbers, A and B, if B is greater than 0, then the following statements are true, right? Can B ever be less than 0? Not if we're talking about absolute value, right? So I don't know why they put that in there. I'm a little annoyed. Extraneous information. We all know the definition of absolute value, right? It's just a distance from 0. It's a positive distance from 0. Okay. If the absolute value of A is less than B, then we have an AND situation. So that's what they're trying to say in this gobbledygook nonsense that they think is English that you will understand. So this is and. And if the absolute value of A is greater than B, then we have an or situation. Cool? So, that's awful. Cool. Okay. Woo! Here's our example. Easy enough, right? We have our inequality, we have our absolute value isolated. So we're going to solve for both positive and negative values, keeping the inequality symbol, or do we? Look at what happens. Oh no. Absolute value.
So where's your cursor?
What do you mean? It's on my pad. I'm using my pad.
I can barely see it.
Oh, it's real small. I should change it, right?
Yeah.
That'll be the next step. So, when we have this, when we have our greater than symbol, we're creating an or. When we have a less than symbol, we're creating an and. Okay? So right here, this symbol, greater than, not greater than and equal to, maybe I should just circle it. It's greater than, so we're going to create an or situation. When we create an or situation, oh my gosh, look at this guy right here. Why is it facing the wrong way? So when we have an or, and we're solving for the negative value or the opposite value, we have to change the inequality symbol. Oh my gosh, it's a rule. See it? And we will do an example of this, I promise. And then we fix it normally. You guys can all do this math. This is way too easy for you. See how the inequality symbols point in the same direction? In truth, if we had solved them separately, we would have changed for the negative value. Does that make sense? Did I lose you?
I was lost a while ago.
Do you want to try one and we'll work through it together?
Yes.
But how do you
Hopefully I
get,
brought one up.
how do you get an or for this?
Well, this is pretty easy.
What did we say?
This one looks pretty easy.
Greater than or? This is less than, this is an and. But I'm going to show you how we solve it. We solve for 3x. Oh, that is not light enough for us, is it? Let's try again. 3x plus 4 is less than 8, right? We're also going to solve for 3x plus 4 is greater than negative 8. Just trust me. Flip the sign when you're solving for the opposite value. Trust me. You trust me? Thank God for you. Become wise. All right, then solve.
Yes, sir, I'm completely lost.
What happened?
I don't know.
Why are you lost?
My brain doesn't want to work.
It doesn't?
No.
Where'd your brain go? 3x is less than 4. So we divide by 3. Now we have 4/3. So x is less than 4/3, or 1 1/3. Right? That was easy enough, wasn't it, Mr. Sutherland? Eh. I like eh.
Wait, so you're done with later?
Say it again.
I just want to look at it real quick.
I'm just going to do the other side.
So if it can't go into 4, you just make it 4/3?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Ah! Sorry about that. Rented hands. Negative 12. Thank goodness. Hadaway says because it's divisible by 3.
So would it be an and?
It does end up as an and, doesn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
How does it end up in sir?
I'll show you.
Obviously, operations for sir.
Right. So look what happens. Okay? Negative 4 is less than x, which is less than 4/3, right? So if I put x in the middle, I promise I'll get to you. Which one's bigger? 4/3 is bigger, so I'm going to put it over here. Right? We see x is greater than 4/3, right? X is also greater than negative 4. So, big side, alligator mouth pointing toward the x, negative 4. Right? If I just change the order, this is the same thing as negative 4 is less than x.
Why did you put the 4/3 on the right side?
Because this is how it was stated in the first place. See how it's already
No,
there?
I mean, like, in the final answer, why did you put it on the right side? Why not?
Because I'm going from least to greatest. We're going from less than small to big, left to right on the number line. Cool? Annoying? Are we almost there? What happened?
I don't know.
Well, let's see if this is true. Want to see if this is true?
Oh, yeah, I'm the same thing.
So if we could put in a 1 here, right? Is 1 greater than -4? Or is -4 less than 1?
-4 is less than 1.
Is 1 less than 4/3?
No.
Is 1 less than 1 1/3?
Yeah.
Wait,
4/3 is 1 1/3, right?
Yeah, so 4/3 is great.
So 1 is less than 4/3, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this solution set is true. I didn't say it was going to be easy. So again, open circles. Nice. Oh, sorry, it's over here. 1 1/3.
So is this a line?
You connect the dots. Yeah. I'm going to shut this off in a minute. I don't want this to be over an hour long, because you guys will want to kill me. That's a lot. Not quite yet. I want to see. I don't think did I do something up here? I gotta move this over here for a second, so I can get to my colors, my next layers. Yeah, I got a couple more. All right, so show this one. Good. Oh, no more fractions. We hate fractions.
So we're doing more fractions. There's no fractions there, sir.
Remember?
There's not fractions.
Greater than, or
4k equals 26.
less than, and.
So you're gonna get 5.
Remember?
6 and
Yeah.
-6.
You're gonna get 6, and then you're gonna get
-6.
That's not the one.
6 and a half.
-6. -6.
That's not it either. Oh, here it is.
You're gonna get 6 and
Greater than, or. Right? Let's see what happens. Guess we should get rid of that, right? I need a bright color. There's one. So, 4K. Plus 1 is greater than 27. Right? 4K plus 1 is less than -27. That's our trick, right? Every time we solve for the opposite value, we change the inequality symbol. Every time we solve for the opposite value, we change the inequality symbol. So we solve normally, subtract 1, subtract 1, 26. 4K is greater than 26, divide by 4. How do I look? It doesn't go in evenly.
So it's 26 over 4?
26/4. You could say 6 1/2, right? Because 4 goes into it 6 times with 2 left over. So we could say, because it'll be easier to graph, that K is greater than 6 1/2. Let's talk about this guy. -1, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it fits in evenly.
Easy.
-28. We love that one. That's our favorite. 4K. Divide by 4. Divide by 4. Yeah! Braves on it. Pourquoi? Same old, same old. So we're gonna graph k is greater than 6.5, so we'll put our open circle here.
So it's a or?
It is an or. And k is less than, look, the k's are on the same side. Same side, same side.
What is that supposed to mean?
And the inequality symbols are facing opposite directions. Less than n. But, where's -7? -7 is here. We go that way. If you want to graph them one at a time and they actually come together, great. I wouldn't be offended at all. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like if you wanted to solve each individually, as long as you remember that when you get here, to solve for this guy, this inequality symbol had to have been flipped around for the opposite value of that 27. I'm good. Because that's the only thing we need to understand right now. Okay?
Got it.
Not happy. Who's not happy?
I'm just tired.
Tired
Oh, you're tired.
and not
Sianik, you good? Bayev, you alright? You okay? You're out. We're in. Okay, let's talk about the next one. I'm gonna start bugging people. Can I bother people? Same idea, right? And let's just do it individually, right? Let's just break them up. So, oh, gross. What do you see that nobody likes?
The fraction.
The fraction.
I'll go fractions.
C divided by 2.
Yeah,
That's because you're abnormal, young man. Just kidding. No, it's great to love fractions. All right, C over 2 minus 3 is less than or equal to 5, right? So I'm going to do this, C over 2 minus 3. Now what do I write?
is greater than or equal to 5.
What's the opposite of 5?
I mean -5.
4.
That's great. Great, if you know how to do, if you know that, seriously, if that's all you get out of this today, like you already know how to solve this stuff.
No.
This is, hush, you do.
I can't do fractions.
No, this isn't a fraction.
How is it not a fraction?
It's not a fraction, it's just division. All right, what do we do? What do we do first? Sianik, what am I doing first over here on the left?
Plus 3.
I'm getting rid
Plus
of the
3.
I'm getting rid of the minus 3, right? So I'm going to add 3 to both sides.
Plus 3 plus 3.
You can do a big what's that?
And this says some number C divided by 2 is less than or equal to 8. What number divided by 2 is equal to 8?
16.
16 divided by 2, right? So we're going to end up with 16. How do I get from 8 to 16? Multiply by? Oh, look at that. So I can get rid of this division by multiplying by that same 2, right? And those two.
Sure,
Cancel
but why
each
do you
other
have
out.
to do it 2 times? Like, why do you have to do positive 5 and then negative 5?
Because this is an absolute value symbol.
Why do they call it?
So if I have, no, it's a great question. If I had a negative 5 in here, it would still come out as positive because of absolute value. So in term, can you give me 1 second and I promise I'll talk to you about absolute value? How do I? You good?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to give you a real world example of absolute value. Okay? And it's going to be physics related. And you're going to be so mad at me for using physics. No, you won't. negative 5 plus 3 is negative 2, greater than, equal to, some number divided by 2 is negative 2, so we multiply both sides by 2. And we say that goes away, and C is greater than or equal to negative 4. Right? Now, what does this look like? What does this look like? I'm looking for numbers less than 16 and numbers greater than negative 4. Yes, I heard Captain Bradley trying to interrupt our recording.
4.
For an interruption, okay, Calix, please report to Spanish class in room 218. Thank you.
If I turn this around, and I smush these two guys together, right? Does it go low to high?
Yes.
And both of these guys are pointing in the same direction?
Yeah.
I have an and. So it starts at negative 4, closed circle.
So if they're
Goes to
both pointing in the
16.
same direction, it's
Yeah, when you flip them around,
I'm just
like you want to see
confused
them
on how
on
you-
opposites.
I'm just so confused on how you get to like flipping those.
So when I finish, right,
Yeah.
and these two symbols, the C's on the same side, right? And they're pointing in opposite directions,
Yeah.
I know I have an and. Because I know I can turn one of them around.
So then.
Like I could have written it like this, right? 16 is greater than or equal to C, which is greater than or equal to negative 4, right?
Sorry, I know.
Same thing in order.
I know how to solve it, but like I don't know like why you have to do it twice. Like why? Like how do you know that it's like negative 5 on that side and positive 5 on that side? Is that what you do with the second number?
So when you're, it's such a great question. So we're looking at absolute value, right?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
I've isolated my absolute value symbol.
Yeah.
If I go ahead
Oh, so you keep that the same
and
you
show
change-
that what ends up in that absolute value symbol can be either positive or negative, it'll still come out as positive, won't it?
So like whenever the C's on the same side and the inequalities are the same but facing different directions, that's when you know it's and then you split them from
Got
lowest
it.
to highest.
Got it. But what if, let's backtrack a lot. Let me erase a bunch of this. Let me just boop, 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 go away, 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 go away. Come on, dummy. There. See how we finished here? Pray?
Mhm.
See how these are our answers, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start, and I'm gonna say, okay, close circle at 16, and I'm gonna send an arrow that way. Yeah? Cool. And then I'm gonna say, oh, well, I also have this guy that says C is greater than negative 4, and I'm gonna put a closed circle here, and oh my gosh, look at that, they're pointing in the same direction. They're pointing toward each other, so I guess I could just shade the middle, and the middle is our solution.
Oh.
Silly, right?
Yeah.
Does it work? Sure. Because if I put an 8 in there, 8 divided by 2 is 4, minus 3 is 1. Absolute value of 1 is 1. Is that less than or equal to 5? Yeah, absolutely. So you can test your solutions. See if you're in the right neighborhood. You guys are so good.
Sir, may I use your restroom?
I think this is the perfect time
For a 5-10 minute break.
for a break.
I've been asking you like 3 times what that's for.
It is time for us to take a break.
totally agree, sir.
Thanks, guys.
Welcome, sir. See you next class. Wait, what?
No. I want that. Where's my pen? Uh-oh. That's not what I wanted. Oh, excuse me. I can't see.